was crucial that we were able
We
to
are live
remove
right
him
now.
off the streets
Breaking
of
news.
America,
The suspect might have been caught.
Seek him
We
out.
got his we identified him.
No matter where he was at the time.
Have a listen.
And so this is a strong person of interest. The police commissioner and chief of detectives will go over where we are right now in the investigation. He matches the description of the identification we've been looking for. He's also in possession of several items that we believe will connect him to this incident. How did we do it? Good old-fashioned police work. The chief of detectives and the police commissioner made the decision to release as much of a photo that we had at the time. We sent it across the country, and someone, a McDonald's employee, did something we ask every American to do. If you see something, say something, but most importantly, do something. And they did. And because of that, we believe we have a strong person of interest to deal with this case. I want to now turn it over to the police commissioner of the city of New York, Commissioner Tisch.
Thank you, Mayor. Good afternoon, everyone. Earlier this morning in Altoona, Pennsylvania, members of the Altoona Police Department arrested Luigi Mangione, a 26-year-old male, on firearms charges. At this time, he is believed to be our person of interest in the brazen targeted murder of Brian Thompson, CEO of UnitedHealthCare, last Wednesday in Midtown Manhattan. The suspect was in a McDonald's and was recognized by an employee who then called local police. Responding officers questioned the suspect, who was acting suspiciously and was carrying multiple fraudulent IDs, as well as a U.S. passport. Upon further investigation, officers recovered a firearm on his person, as well as a suppressor, both consistent with the weapon used in the murder. They also recovered clothing, including a mask consistent with those worn by our wanted individual. Also recovered was a fraudulent New Jersey ID, matching the ID our suspect used to check into his New York City hostel before the shooting incident. Additionally, officers recovered a handwritten document that speaks to both his motivation and mindset. NYPD detectives are en route to Pennsylvania as we seek to interview the subject further. This apprehension is thanks to the tireless work of the greatest detectives in the world, and of course, the strong relationships we have with our local law enforcement partners. On every level, local, state, and federal, we all serve the same public safety mission. And this case, which captured the attention of an entire nation, is another example of how connected we are and how important it is to work together, share information, and pursue every lead. For just over 5 days, our NYPD investigators combed through thousands of hours of video, followed up on hundreds of tips, and processed every bit of forensic evidence, DNA, fingerprints, IP addresses, and so much more to tighten the net. We deployed drones, canine units, and scuba divers. We leveraged the domain awareness system, Argus cameras, and conducted aviation canvasses. And our detectives also went door to door, interviewing potential witnesses and doing the good old-fashioned police work that our investigators are famous for. This combination of old school detective work and new age technology is what led to this result today.
We was there yesterday, right
and
here.
We must also acknowledge the instrumental role the media and the public played in this case. The images that we shared with the public were spread far and wide, and the tips we received led to the recovery of crucial evidence.
Wow!
We should never underestimate the power of the public to be our eyes and our ears in these investigations. This is the third time in 3 weeks that a member of the public has seen something and said something and done something that led to a high-profile arrest. The triple stabbing homicide in Manhattan, the gunpoint robberies in Queens, during which an NYPD officer was shot, and now this. Now, the case will continue through the criminal justice process. And while we are proud of today's accomplishment, we must, of course, remember that a family is in mourning. I want to again extend my sympathies to Brian's family, his co-workers, and all who knew him. Finally, I want to thank the women and men of the NYPD, especially our Detective Bureau personnel, with a strong assist from our intelligence analysts. We also thank the SAC of the FBI's Criminal Investigative Division, Leslie Rodriguez-Bekshies. And I want to commend the staff of the Manhattan DA's office, and especially DA Alvin Bragg. He has been working with us 24/7 on this case, and I am incredibly grateful for his partnership. I'll now pass it along to our great Chief of Detectives, Joe Kenny, who will provide additional information. Chief.
Thank you, Commissioner. Good afternoon. As the Commissioner stated earlier, a male was taken into custody today in Altoona, Pennsylvania this morning. He has been identified as Luigi Nicholas Mangione. He's a male, 26 years old. He was born and raised in Maryland. We know he has ties to San Francisco, California, and his last known address was Honolulu, Hawaii. He has no prior arrest history in New York. Members of the NYPD Detective Bureau are currently traveling to Pennsylvania with members of the Manhattan District Attorney's Office to interview this subject. This case was brought to a successful conclusion based on the coordinated effort between numerous NYPD units, including the Intelligence and Counterterrorism Bureau, our federal partners at the FBI, the Manhattan District Attorney's Office, and of course, members of the Altoona Police Department in Pennsylvania. On Thursday, one day after this crime was committed, the NYPD released a photo of the shooter in this case. This picture was obtained by the NYPD during one of their extensive video canvasses. We took that photograph and we asked for the public's help in identifying this subject, and the public responded. Hundreds of tips began to pour into our hotline. Each tip was investigated thoroughly, and we began to release additional photographs as they came into our possession. The NYPD provided these photos to numerous media outlets. Local, national, and international outlets released the photo via television, print, social media, and online content. Luckily, a citizen in Pennsylvania recognized our subject and called local law enforcement. Members of the Altoona Police Department responded to the call, and based on their investigation, they notified the NYPD. This investigation is still active and ongoing. Thank you very much.
You got caught by a McDonald's worker! A McDonald's worker! McDonald's worker! You got caught with the weapon!
I had a couple questions about the document that
They taking questions, everybody. Hit that like button.
Can you go a little bit more in depth about those motivations that you mentioned? Was that CEO specifically named in that document? Was there anything more about him wanting to go after others? And also in that document, was there any indication that explains as how the level of detail that he went into killing him? Like, is there anything?
Like I said, that document is currently in the possession of the Altoona Police Department as part of their investigation. But just from briefly speaking with them, we don't think that there's any specific threats to other people mentioned in that document. But it does seem that he has some ill will toward corporate America.
Over here, sir.
MJ?
Chief, was the suspect wearing a mask at the time he was spotted in the McDonald's? And also, criminal cases often have a linchpin. Can you point to a single linchpin that helped crack this case?
There's numerous linchpins in this case, in the fact that we've recovered an enormous amount of forensic evidence, an enormous amount of video, and once again, with your help and the public's help. So I really couldn't put it on one thing, but if I had to, it would be the release of that photograph from the media.
You said he had a passport on him. Do you believe he was trying to flee the country? And also, are you still looking for any evidence in Central Park in regards to the bike?
We had divers in the water yesterday that came up negative results. The passport, we don't believe that he was planning on doing any traveling at this time. We don't think at this point in our investigation, we don't think he was trying to flee the country.
The person at McDonald's, were they buying food? What were they doing at that exact moment?
He was an employee at the McDonald's.
Oh my God!
He was sitting there eating.
He was sitting there eating
Will the
McDonald's.
suspect be brought back to New York and charged here? And when?
We're going to have to work that out with the Manhattan District Attorney's Office in Altoona, Pennsylvania. He's going to be facing gun charges there, and at some point we'll work out through extradition to bring him back to New York to face charges here, working with the Manhattan District Attorney's Office.
Hi, Anita from the New York Post. I was just hoping to get more details on the capture itself. Did he put up a fight? Did he say anything to cops? And we've also reported that he published online anti-health care industry rantings. Can you share with us some of the services that he posted on?
We're still working through his social media. We're going to do a complete scrub of that. Preliminarily, like I said, he seems that he has some ill will toward corporate America, but that will all come out as part of our investigation. We're not done here. We're still going to be putting this together. We're still going to be working very hard to bring this to a successful conclusion.
And the capture itself, did he put up a fight? Did he say anything to police?
I don't have that information.
Oh, sorry. Can you elaborate on how he got there, the path he took from Port Authority and on the George Washington Bridge to Altoona, PA? Same thing.
This just happened this morning. We'll be working, backtracking his steps from New York to Altoona, Pennsylvania.
I was going to ask if he knew anything, if he took a bus to Philadelphia first and then somehow got to Altoona. But
We're still working on that. We're still working through that.
Britain. Is there any indication that anybody else was helping him from the inside, you know, as far as tracking the CEO's movements?
Once again, we're still working this investigation very hard. It's not at its conclusion yet. That could come out during our investigation, but as of right now, we have no indication that that took place.
Chief, did he have any weapons or anything like that with him when he was arrested?
He was in possession of a ghost gun that had the capability of firing a 9mm round and a suppressor.
Joe?
Can you get into a little bit about the technical aspects of the investigation? I know you deployed an unprecedented amount of technology. You also activated the Sentry program through Intel. Can you talk about how that is going to play into actually building the case as far as cell phone and all of the other technical aspects of what you've done?
In this case, it really came down to technology was the use of drones in Central Park, and really comes down to the video canvas that we did. We used every source of video that we could collect, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours from hundreds of sources, and that helped bring this to where we are right now.
The gun is it believed to be the gun used in the shooting? And there was some talk that it was a veterinarian type gun. Is that accurate?
No, as of right now, the information we're getting from Altoona is that the gun appears to be a ghost gun, may have been made on a 3D printer, the capability of firing a 9mm round. Obviously, that will come out during our ballistics testing.
Oliver?
Yeah, Oliver Barnes from the Financial Times. Do you have any indication like how long this handwritten, is it a handwritten manifesto that you found on the suspect? And then also whether or not he put it online at all?
Don't know if it's online. As of right now, it's a handwritten 3-page document.
Chief, does he have ties to that area, and was he someone who you knew by name before his arrest?
We believe he may have attended college in Pennsylvania, but like I said earlier, he has ties to Maryland and California and Hawaii.
You knew him by name before today. Was his name on your radar?
Excuse me?
Was his name on your radar? Was he someone who you had been looking into before his arrest?
No, we did not have his name prior to today.
Lynn? Britain? Okay. Does he have any prior arrests? I know there were none for New York City, but is there any prior arrests anywhere else in the country?
We have not come across any arrests in the country.
Chief, hi, how are you? On two things. On the ghost gun, is it something you're going to be looking into to see if he made it himself and can he make that himself? Or would he have to buy the gun the way it was?
No, once again, that'll be part of our investigation as we follow up.
I mean, obviously he's going to face murder charges, but is there any chance that he could face any other charges because he was targeting the CEO and because of his writings and other things that we're now finding on him? Federal charges or
that determination will be made by Alvin Bragg.
Yes, what connections does he have in Pennsylvania that you know of? Are they in Altoona specifically?
We believe he attended college in Pennsylvania.
Does he know anybody in Pennsylvania?
Wouldn't be able to tell you that.
All right, we're going to take one more question on shooting, Marla, and then we're going to go.
You talk about the manifesto having said things against corporations, but specifically UnitedHealthCare, and do you believe that Mangione acted alone?
We believe at this point, our investigation is leaning toward he was acting alone. So, like I stated earlier, we're still working through the investigation. We're not stopping today. And as far as the manifesto, like I said, I don't have the complete details of that. It's in the possession of the Altoona Police Department.
We're gonna shift to off.
Yep. Good job, Chief. Commissioner, Chief Mangione.
We've been listening there to New York City officials confirming a person of interest is now being questioned in the New York City murder of UnitedHealthCare CEO Brian Thompson. They say he's identified as 26-year-old Luigi Mangione. A nationwide manhunt has been underway since Thompson was shot and killed outside a New York City hotel on Wednesday. Now police are saying they're questioning Mangione in Altoona, Pennsylvania, saying, among other things, he was carrying fake IDs, a written document, and a gun similar to the one used in the assassination-style killing. I want to bring in ABC senior investigative correspondent Aaron Katursky, covering the story for us from the very beginning. Aaron, what do you make of what officials are saying here and how many things they found on Mangione's person?
Authorities said they did not have his name, the name Luigi Mangione, before a heads-up McDonald's employee in Altoona, Pennsylvania, recognized him from images police had shared through the media around the world.
Wow,
and
McDonald
police
worker.
credited that individual with recognizing the person, calling police who were able to take him into custody, where he's now charged on gun offenses. He had a 9mm ghost gun capable of firing a 9mm round, similar to the murder weapon in the Brian Thompson case. The authorities credited good old-fashioned police work with getting that image out from the countless hours of surveillance footage from 60,000 surveillance cameras in New York City, and then the heads-up member of the public who called it in. But until that moment, Diane, they did not know who their suspect was.
And Aaron, what more can you tell us about the fake IDs they say this person of interest had on him and this written document they're saying may speak to motivation here?
These writings are described as having some kind of ill will toward corporate America, according to the chief of detectives, Joe Kenny. I can tell you from several law enforcement sources that they speak of anger and frustration toward the insurance industry and may give the authorities some window into Luigi Mangione's alleged motivation. The ID was fake. A New Jersey ID that was very similar to the fake ID the suspect used to check into a hostel on Manhattan's Upper West Side. And those clues give police confidence that this is their guy.
All thanks, they say, to someone seeing something and saying something. And I want to bring in our former FBI agent, ABC News contributor, Brad Garrett. Brad, they're calling this a strong person of interest. What do you think that says for where this investigation's heading?
I think they appear to really have the right guy. And I'll tell you one thing quickly. What typically is the downfall of defendants is keeping things that attach them to a case. The gun, the manifesto, and those things are going to be critical to prosecuting him. And so that's really, it just is unbelievable and consistent with other cases, in particular in these high-profile
That's the guy, ladies and gentlemen.
Cases where it's
Luigi.
clearly cause-driven. We don't know exactly what that means, but he clearly was on a mission.
So, Brad, what are you watching for next now? What questions need to be answered to advance this now?
So the key is, will he talk to NYPD when they get there to really break down motivation, where the weapon came from? In other words, everything they can get from him that links him to this case. I'll tell you, based on experience, that may take 5 minutes. That may take 3 or 4 hours. It really depends whether he wants to. Some people want to brag, Diane, about what they have done because it's important to them. And we'll see if they can get him to that point.
All right. So, again, a person of interest now in custody in the murder of UnitedHealthCare CEO Brian Thompson. Our thanks to Brad Garrett and Aaron Katursky. Our coverage will continue on ABC News Live and abcnews.com. And David Muir will have the latest here on World News Tonight. I'm Diane Macedo in New York. Have a great day.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this has been a special
they got him. So it turned out that he didn't throw the weapon. He took it with him.
New York City Mayor Eric Adams says police have their suspect in the brazen targeted murder of UnitedHealthCare CEO Brian Thompson. 26-year-old Luigi Mangione is now in police custody, and so is a handwritten manifesto possibly detailing why he did it.
We're going to get that manifesto, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to get that. We're going to read it. I want to see his motive. We kind of already know. He was against corporate America, the insurance companies. But man, we knew he wasn't no assassin. McDonald's? You got busted eating the McGriddle? Are you kidding me?
Restaurant. As simple as that. I mean, it's in times like this, as we know, when a massive manhunt is on the way, it usually, it's tips like this that lead police right to their guy.
Yeah, absolutely, Kira. And the NYPD says it's really the power of the public that helped potentially crack this case. They also credited good old-fashioned police work. We know that images of this suspect, identified now as 26-year-old Luigi Mangione, had really been circulating all across social media. We know that he has now been arrested on firearms charges by Altoona police. New York City Mayor Eric Adams speaking a few minutes ago, saying this is a strong person of interest. He matches the description of the person that they have been looking for.
This is a strong person of interest. He matches the description of the identification we've been looking for. He's also in possession of several items that we believe will connect him to this incident.
And this is a case that the NYPD has been trying desperately to crack. As we know, they have poured a ton of resources into this, searching for this suspect for 6 days now. And we actually just learned a couple of moments ago that they actually didn't even have his name until this morning. Now, you just heard Eric Adams saying that they had some items that helped identify this man as the suspect in this case. And we're talking about a similar gun that was used in the shooting and a fake New Jersey ID that was on him. He had other IDs as well. The shooter, we know, actually used a fake New Jersey ID to check into a Manhattan hostel before the shooting. They also found a mask on this person and a U.S. passport. And they're looking into a document he had that may give an idea of his motive.
Aaron Katursky on the phone for us as well, our investigative correspondent. So, Aaron, it sounds like a 3-page handwritten document. We heard some of the reporters in the room referring to it as a manifesto. What are you hearing about this document?
Well, you heard the chief of detectives, Joe Kenny, say that it speaks to ill will against corporate America, but I'm told it goes a lot deeper than that and should give the authorities some window, perhaps, into his motivation. But beyond the writings, there was the ghost gun, and that may explain why the shooter is seen having some trouble with the gun if it jammed. But that there were also, other items that link this individual to Thompson's murder, including a fake New Jersey driver's license, similar to the one that authorities said he used to check into a hostel on Manhattan's Upper West Side. So police, NYPD, Kira, has yet to talk to the guy, but they are confident this is who they're looking for. And if you look at his social media profile and other things online, you find that he's a valedictorian, and somebody who has had a major surgery. So again, we're just starting to learn about this individual, but police seem confident that they're going to understand his motive. And you heard Chief Kenny say they're not done yet.
And let's move into that possible motive with you, Brad Garrett. So apparently in this document, ill will toward corporate America. And if you look through his social media, and authorities say they are going to continue to do that, there appears to be some type of X-ray, whether it's his or not, we don't know, it looks like of his back, possibly his spine, with some pins in it. Then the other things found from this backpack that was believed to be his, that he left, that had Monopoly money in it. It was found near Central Park. Then you had the bullet casings that were found around the shooting with deny, defend, and depose on it. We've talked about that vernacular. In addition to now a ghost gun with a suppressor along with fake IDs. Brad, if you were to put all of this stuff together as former FBI, what are your thoughts?
I'd say you really got the right guy. And, this case struck me, Diane, from the beginning, or Kara, I'm sorry, that he was either a victim, clearly from his perspective, of the healthcare system, or someone close to him.
Exactly. That's what I thought.
It may end up it's him, that maybe he got hurt, he got treated poorly, they canceled the insurance, whatever it might be. That's what drove him to commit this shooting last week. And so, with that, you're going to find, I'm going to guess, or they're going to find a lot more as far as writings are concerned, or sort of this focus on the healthcare industry, because this became, in my view, a cause-driven crime that he wanted to avenge for, in his mind, the bad things that the insurance industry, the healthcare insurance industry, does to people, maybe including himself. And it also is the reason I think you see him in what pictures are caught, or even at the hostel. He's smiling, and at the crime scene, he's sort of methodical, but doesn't run initially. He's in his comfort zone, and people tend to get in their comfort zone when they feel like they're really doing something that needs to be done, and it's really up to them to pull it off, and so they're going to be very focused.
And it's interesting, that you bring up just this whole conversation about healthcare, Brad, because the reactions that have emerged on social media, I mean, they've been nonstop, and just looking at what
it's true.
people.
If you don't know, social media, TikTok and Twitter, people have gone crazy. They have been with the killer, with Luigi, saying, not even condemning his actions. They do believe that he did the correct thing doing this against Brian. It's crazy.
Piecing this all together, clearly there could be many more charges at hand here.
Absolutely. And the reason why they've got him on firearm charges now is because in the place in which he was arrested in Pennsylvania, that's the only crime that occurred within that jurisdiction. He's got a ghost gun, or a gun that's not made from a corporation, but is made by a private individual. It doesn't have a serial number, so you can't track it, hence the ghost aspect of it. But what will ultimately happen, he'll probably be arraigned in Pennsylvania, and then there'll be a warrant for him in New York as a person of interest, and he will probably be brought to New York because there are greater charges in New York than there are in Pennsylvania. And I would imagine that he would be indicted on murder and probably other related charges based on where the investigation goes, on top of those gun charges.
Exactly.
So he'll have cases, in essence, in 2 different states.
A lot to follow. Rena Roy, Aaron Katursky, Brad Garrett, Brian Buckmeyer, thanks to all of you. Well, Daniel Penny.
As this continues to unfold, they're working on a live stream coverage update on this case, ladies and gentlemen. I know right here, this is also breaking news. If you don't know what happened, we're going to be talking about this later today, because we might have, I don't want to say riot. It could be potentially protests, riot. I don't know. Don't get that confused. We're going to be talking about this right after this with Luigi. This is another breaking news.
Not guilty of that lesser charge criminally.
He is found not guilty. That's huge. This is huge too.
Today, before reaching that verdict.
In New York
the jury
City.
was deliberating.
We're going to be talking about that right after this, but let's get back on track real quick. So, he has been caught. Luigi has been caught. He is no expert. He is a regular civilian, just like me, who just does not go, who does not agree, who does not care about Big Corp, about the insurance companies. A 3-page manifesto. I mean, they obtain all this so quickly. Listen, somebody in my on YouTube just said, "Don't break your arm patting on your back." I love that. I think his name was Robert in the chat. And I must say, I give credit where credit is due. Good job, NYPD law investigators. Great job. But I will say this. Wonderful job to that the McSnitch in McDonald's. I mean, she identified him with just this image. Not the AI generated image. Do not get that confused. This image. She or he, identified Luigi with this image. This is insane. From this to make out to this. That's impressive. That is impressive, ladies and gentlemen. And it boggles my mind how you think you killed a CEO right here and you just want to go get a McGriddle. And like, do you not think you're going to get caught? You had potential. You had potential to be a continuous, famous, ongoing rebellion against insurance companies. This could have been a whole episode of Luther, man. Monopoly money, shell cases, with words on it. You had an escape plan. You planned this 10 days inside New York City. You threw your book bag away to people for the LAPD. You throwing hints and messages. You thought this was cute. I was like, yo, we went to Central Park for 2 days in a row looking for the weapon or other items. We knew exactly what was going on. In my mind, I thought that this guy was not going to get caught anytime soon. I must admit that. But brother, you pulled off this entire lengthy crime to get caught by a McSnitch? Are you kidding me? I'm going to give my round of applause to the McDonald's worker because that is impressive. That is impressive. How you identify this person. Quickly made the call. I mean, the guy was, you sat down in McDonald's in public after you did the killing in just a few days? Brother, what are you doing? You should have laid low for a few months while this dies down so the public don't really remember how your face looked when you was flirting with the receptionist. Are you out of your mind? Brother, this, like, I would have... Wow. Yo, listen, man. You know what? That's good you went to McDonald's because you just enjoyed your last good meal. I'll tell you that right now. Let's continue this.
Okay, we're still trying to get connected with Tom. Steve, can you answer that? Let me just throw that to you about, look, you know, you're former military. How do you see this playing out?
Yeah, it's hard to say, Kara, because we really don't know what HTS represents. Remember, they're just one of several groups in the region. There were several groups who actually participated in blowing through what was left of the Syrian defenses. So hard to say what's going to actually happen.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to ask you a question real quick. I'm going to read this super chat in just a second. I have 3. Remember, guys, you can send super chats or Cash App, Venmo, whatever you want to get your message across. That's not mandatory, but it is much, much appreciated. I'm going to read these in just a second. I will say this. What I realize is this doesn't explain what I told you guys yesterday in the podcast of how he knew exactly where Brian was in the hotel, which exit, what time. Do you believe, in the comments right now on Facebook and YouTube, you believe that did he work with somebody? Remember, he was on a burner phone. He executed this. I give him credit. He executed this great. Now, even though I give him credit, that doesn't mean this was politically correct. I give him credit because he was methodical. He knew exactly. He must have been watching Brian for a while, coming in and out, his moves. He recognized this. I do give you credit. Is this a terrible thing? After all this, yes. People think that the CEO deserved it. I don't know why. I get that. This insurance company effing people over badly. People have died. This is probably one of his motives. 3-page manifesto. I'm telling you, Novacity is going to get that manifesto ASAP. I promise you. And when I do, I'm going to stream this live immediately. And I expect you guys to be here because I want to read this. This man had the weapon on his person. You are not a professional. You are not a professional by far. By far. Now, I know why they didn't find the weapon. Now, I know how we didn't find the weapon. We have search hours in Central Park yesterday and the day before yesterday. Everywhere. We went to the bag location. We went to the pawn location. We went everywhere. Now I understand why, because he had it. Just as we said, it's either in that water or on his person. Man, you had this man. I would have never thought that this guy would have not only taken the weapon, but to be caught in McDonald's. Let's go to News Nation.
All right, I wanted to get to New York City, where Mayor Eric Adams right now is giving an update as a person is being questioned in connection to the death of UnitedHealthCare CEO in New York City. Right now, someone being questioned in Pennsylvania. Let's listen in.
I want to seek him out no matter where he was at the time. And so this is a strong person of interest. The police commissioner and chief of detectives will go over where we are right now in the investigation. He matches the description of the identification we've been looking for. He's also in possession of several items that we believe will connect him to this incident. How did we do it?
Well, that's what I want to talk about, those items. We are going to turn to CNN and a couple of other outlets right now to give us minor updates. Now, we did get a briefing with Mayor Adams about the items, good old-fashioned police work. We heard it. Let me tell you something, NYPD. That $50,000, $60,000 is going to go to that McWorker, because I'm still impressed. You got to give credit where credit's due. You do. I would have never thought that this guy, wow. Let me tell you something. If it wasn't for that McDonald's worker, if it wasn't, he still would have been free today. It actually would have extended his days and his time to be like, well, they're gonna be on me, so I gotta move somewhere else. This case is not nationwide. And now this also tells me that he was paying attention to the news media. Hey, heck if I know, he was probably in the podcast yesterday here in Novacity or the day before, watching, laughing, having a good old time. But laughs on you, buddy, because Mick Snitch done got the Mick Doodle, and now you're going to be in Mick jail getting Mick ribbed. Because I don't know why would you still carry items, show your face publicly? How can you show your face publicly? Why didn't you wear a balaclava? I don't understand that. Balaclavas are cheap. Now you got NYPD literally tailing your ass, and they caught you in a whole different other state. How? Dude, oh man. And now TikTok is going to be all over this mess. We're going to be all over this mess. That's why CEOs of major corporations were hiding their photos. They were doing work from home. They even left work. They even left their main station, their main office, to work at another district. That's crazy how this one particular incident made in shift. It's crazy. But let me tell you this. I've noticed that there's a pattern in America. Once something happens, school shootings to higher ups, CEOs, anything to do with either political, economy, something that's ethical or not, there's a pattern to be repeated offenses. I hope you guys do realize this. Now, I don't wish no one harm. I don't condone it. It is terrible. He was a father at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, as many of you are in the chat. But this event, and I hope and I pray to God not, could inspire others. There's always a pattern to these types of things. Let's get more information. I'm gonna show his LinkedIn and his. Matter of fact, you know what? Let's do that now. I want to go to his Twitter page. Now, I'm not a big fan of Twitter X. It's terrible. But he was on there. All right. Now, he was a student at Penn. I believe he practiced computer science. I'm not too sure. His LinkedIn I do have. Data engineer. I think it was a data engineer. MSc and BSc in computer science. Oh, it was computer science. University of Pennsylvania. Now, this is his Twitter page. He was born in Honolulu, Hawaii, but stayed at Maryland. As you can see here, very popular. I don't know why people are starting to follow him. Again, listen, his intentions is what he believes is right. He believes he's right. At the end of the day, he's going to think he's right. What he did was right. He's still done it. He carried out his mission. Many of you believe he's right. I'm just reporting it. I have my own personal thoughts. It's It's pretty big. Now, on his Twitter page, he has a picture. He has 3 pictures. Picture of himself on the right. Ladies, please. Tranquila. Picture of something on the right. He got some type of screws screwed into the bottom of his spine above the coccyx, as you can see. And then you have a Pokemon. Damn, he's into Pokemon too. Oh my gosh. I believe that's a Gen 3, 5 Pokemon. Not too sure. Now, I am not sure what this has to do with what his motive. Hey, listen, if he leaves clues like this, go look at his Twitter page, because he last updated his Twitter page. If you look closely, he reposted Andrew D. Huberman, which I'm a fan of Andrew D. Huberman, June 10th. But this repost, I don't know when exactly was this reposted. Now, I'm looking at a lot of comments on YouTube. I know a lot of people saying, no, if he's innocent. No, don't blame him. Hey, I'm not here to judge you. You have a freedom of speech in my chat. If you believe he did right, I'm not going to say nothing to that. If you believe he did wrong, that's going to be your opinion. I'm just here to tell you guys, hey, this is what he did, and he's responsible. And they got the killer. They got him, caught red-handed.
With breaking news in the case of the murdered health insurance CEO in New York City last.
By the way, do me a favor, guys. Hit the like button, hit the share button. Facebook, we are at, I do apologize. Sorry about that. We're at almost 125. Facebook, hit the like and share button for me. YouTube, almost 400 likes. We have 1,300 people over at YouTube. Hit that like button. If you just tuned in, breaking news. The suspect, they believe a potential suspect has been caught in the killing of Brian Thompson. This is the CEO of UHC, who has been gunned down with bullet wounds, 2 bullet wounds to the back, 1 on the leg by him, Luigi Mangione. And this happened in New York City. If you didn't know, you can watch the podcast from I did multiple yesterday, the day before yesterday. I was there in person, exactly in the spot he succumbed to his injuries. You can watch there as I traveled from there all the way to 59th Central Park as we look for items, but nothing was found. As you can tell, they found the weapon on his person. I don't know why he had a silencer in McDonald's. I don't know.
Last week, police are now questioning a man in Pennsylvania in connection with the killing of UnitedHealthCare CEO Brian Thompson. CNN's Bryn Gingras and John Miller join me now from New York. Bryn, I'm going to start with you. What do we know?
So we know right now, Dana, that
we do have his Facebook. Good job, Bree. We do have his Facebook. Right after this, I'm going to show you. We have all his information. Actually, don't go anywhere. Good job. I didn't think to look at his Facebook. Good job, Bree. I got his Facebook. I'm going to show it in just a few minutes. Let's have a watch.
There is someone that is being questioned by investigators right now in Altoona, Pennsylvania. This person is 26 years old, according to sources telling John Miller. We've learned that they actually got a tip from someone at a nearby McDonald's in that area who said, hey, this guy looks like the person that's in all those photos that have been circulating. And that's how he was brought in for further questioning. And in doing so, according to sources telling John, that they found a lot of evidence that could point in the right investigation for authorities at this point. They found a gun that resembles the one that was used in the murder last Wednesday. They found a suppressor, which is basically another word for a silencer. It muffles the sound of a gunshot. We know that was also used in the killing on Wednesday. And they found a number of fake IDs with this person. One of those, according to sources, the NYPD does believe was used here in New York City. Now, also, if you remember, we reported that investigators believed their person who was responsible.
Hold on. I got to show some of the stuff now because I believe they're going to take some information down. I have to interrupt this. We don't know who he was working with. Now, here's the crazy thing. Remember, he was on that burner phone. I don't know who was working with him or what has happened. But let me tell you this. Every time something big like this happens, they take Instagram down, Facebook, LinkedIn. I must show you this immediately before anything is taken down. We don't know who's working with him. Sorry for that noise. I'm going to mute that, actually. I'm so sorry about that. I need to show you right now his information. I need to show you right now. They're going to take it down. Hey, it happens a lot. It happens a lot. Let me show you now before they take this down. So I don't know about if his Twitter has anything linked to this. I do want to go to his likes and replies. His replies, interesting. Nothing. Just repost. Absolutely. Eskimos. Oh, yeah, he did in June. Refers to insult resided in Arctic regions. Such a bland chat GPT. Oh, okay. So he's trying to say this was a chat GPT response. He was actually commuting with people back in the summer this year. So you're saying this question doesn't haunt you? Also, you don't have a doghouse. Wait, why is this something rather than nothing at all? Is this question doesn't haunt you? You are, I don't want to say that word. Brain injury. There's no place like home. Gaylord Brain Injury Unit. Replying, okay. Do you have any R? The word R, I don't want to say it. Have a PhD? I have questions. Pretty huge DICK. Oh, okay. He's a little aggressive. He is very vulgar. He's very vulgar. This is his Facebook. Luigi Mangione. That's him right here on the right side. The other person who I'm showing on any of his pictures have no involvement and I need to say that to cover my bases here in university. I don't want a lawsuit or nothing like that. We are just looking at Luigi, okay? I must reiterate that. The one true Whitney with the $2 super chat says he just had to stop for a McRib. Yeah, he did. He had those pancakes, right? Thank you for the 2 super chat. Breezy with the 5 super chat says, did you like? Did you share? If not, why not? Just do it, says Breezy. You guys better listen to that girl. Breezy again with the 5. She says, y'all have 26% on liked and stream. Let's get to 500 real quick. She's right. Breezy's correct. Thank you, Breezy. I appreciate that very much. So that's him on the right side. As we continue these photos, all his photos actually. He seems to have a lot of friends. This seems to be Stanford University signed. Oh, he seems to have a lot of friends. Interesting. What does this sign mean? Theta, it's a sorority. So Theta is a sign like this. Theta, it's a sorority in Stanford University. Now, I want to be very careful here. The sorority probably has no ties to this. But I don't know if I can believe that he did this by himself. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know if I can believe this. He probably... Would he tell someone? Would he? Why would he be on the phone? Why would he be on the phone? Remember, NYPD today did not have a name, nothing leading to him. They didn't have nothing leading to him. They did not. It was the McDonald's worker that identified him. They didn't even have a name. They did not. No, they did not. They got it because they arrested the guy who had fake ID, which is Luigi Mangione. And please do not go ripping off of Italians. I'm half Italian. Please don't be doing that. He had his own personal agenda, not mine. All right, let's continue. So this means Kappa Alpha Theta. It's a sorority. So I'm going to assume he was part of this. He has a Bali shirt, as you can see right here. Some people are saying they cannot find his profile. If you are a member in the chat, you're going to get his profile in 20 seconds. Hold on. Posting it now on Discord. Members, have a look. Posting his profile in 3, 2. Look at it. Anytime you guys want today. Looking at this, I'm going to be honest. I mean, no disrespect in this term, but he looked like a nerd. He looked like a nerd. This seems to be personal. He had his whole life ahead of him. Look, he was in a sorority group. PA Tech, computer science. Look, he had friends. He looked happy. Hey, he looked like he had a shorty. Let's have a look. Let's have a close look, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. He looked like he had a little okay. Could have been his friend. Don't know who this is, but, let's leave her out of it. Interesting. That's him on the left. Yeah, his face. I mean, they're going to try to take down as much as they can. They are. They're going to try because they are. It's still an open investigation, ladies and gentlemen. You must remember this. Wow, I know his friends are like, wow. Hey, Bree, do me a favor. Contact any of his friends. I want an exclusive interview as soon as possible. Not for people to do it. Please don't spam, guys. Please, it's my mods. They work for me. Please contact any of his friends and be like, hey, just quick note. Don't be. Just I want to talk to them immediately. Like immediately. If I can get an interview with them in the next 30 minutes or an hour, talk to one of them, please. Or ask questions for yourself. You have my permission. I want to get one of his friends on for an interview or something. Yo, wait a minute. Whoa. You know what I realized? Looking at all this? Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Chat. Everybody, listen up. I just realized something. Hold on. Let me put this together. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. No shot. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. Wait a minute. I think, hold on. Yo, you know what I just realized? Hold on. He has all these friends, right? He has all these friends. And not one of them snitched on him. Oh, shit. Not one of them. What? Yo. Wait a minute. I'm going to see something. If I could, not one of them snitched on him. Could you make this out right now? If you were friends with him for years, could you make this out that this was your friend Luigi? In the comments right now. I want to see these comments. That's crazy. I just thought of this. None of his friends. He has a lot. Could you have made that out? I want comments on YouTube and Facebook right now. Could you have made that out that was your friend? If you recognize someone's face, I want you to do this. Could you have recognized that was me? If I did that, no, me. They didn't say nothing. The McSnitch got to the police before his own friends. Oh my, I'm telling you, oh what? I would have known that was my friend that I went to school with, that I graduated with, that I traveled with. We just saw those images on Facebook. They are quiet. Hey, you know what? Hey, you know what? They had no part in this. So I'm not against the friends. All his friends, some of them probably didn't even know about it. Don't bring no hate to the friends, chat. Please, I don't condone that. They had nothing to do with this. I'm very serious. Please don't write to them. Don't text them. Don't be like, hey, you on the show, Novacity. Let my mods talk to them. If they want to talk, they can talk. If they don't, then they don't. That's perfectly fine. Just don't bring no hate. Please do not do that. I don't condone that. Please. All right. Free Luigi, says David. Never would have matched it. I would have. Those eyebrows are caterpilling. I could definitely know that would be my, absolutely. In my opinion, absolutely. 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 Look at that. Wow. He got the Brian Kohlberger thing action going on the top of his eyes. That's crazy. Bree, you don't have to write no more. Don't tell them no more. If you're brand new to the stream, hit the subscribe button on Facebook or on YouTube, and on Facebook, hit the follow button. My name is Nove. Welcome to Novesti. This is a true crime show here on Facebook and YouTube. We cover all true crime every single day, talking about numerous things. We actually have a case right after this. There could be potentially, ladies and gentlemen, warning, there is a potential. I must say it again. There is a potential protest / could be, not if fact, riot in New York City, and I will be getting dressed, putting on my bulletproof vest. Don't worry about it. We're going to travel, go live in Novesti City to cover this massive protest that could potentially be happening in just a few hours over the verdict of what happened with the death of a young man in a train station. I will give names later, but let's get back. I would have known that this was him personally. Look at the nose bridge. Look at the eyes that squint, but the eyebrows that are so bushed. Absolutely. And also, hold on real quick. Also, I do know that, let me see here. Okay, I'm trying to look at his photo. Okay, looking at his photo, right? Do you see the ends of his eyes? So the ends of his eyes, the tear ducts, the lacrimal, what's it called? Lacrimal? This part right here. That part right there is the same exact, us humans, we're not stupid. I truly believe that you can tell that this was him. Absolutely. Let's keep going through his Facebook before they take it down. Rooster said, I would not have snitched. Rooster, let me tell you something. I live in New York City. I was raised in the Bronx. I was literally beat and jumped to not snitch. I know the codes in my street. Trust me. I'm not mad at you for that. I'm not. It's embedded in me. I remember getting jumped. Trust me. My brothers always told me growing up, never snitch. The fellas in the block, never snitch. So I'm not mad at that comment. I totally understand. I do. I do have ethics, ladies and gentlemen. I do have ethics, but I'm just a guy reporting a story. All right. Now, people said, Novesti, it doesn't add up with Hannah. She's from Honolulu. So is he. She was supposed to go to time. Deandra, I'm going to be honest with you. This has nothing to do with Hannah Kobayashi. I promise you. Hannah Kobayashi, this has nothing to do with that. I promise you, it has nothing to do with that. This photo was taken 5 years ago. Yes, the McDonald's worker will be getting that money. If the McDonald's worker does not get that money, that I would protest. I would riot. I would be in the streets of New York City holding up my Mc sign saying he deserves that money, she deserves that money, because that's, yeah. All right. So the person of interest identified in the killing of the UHC CEO, Brian Thompson, is an anti-capitalist former Ivy League student who liked online quotes. Wow. Okay. That's a lot of information. Unabomber are raging against the country's medical community. Tech whiz Luigi Mangione, 26, MD, was taken into custody Monday morning at a McDonald's in PA after an intense manhunt following the cold-blooded execution of Thompson outside of the Manhattan Hotel last week. He has not been charged. The former prep school valedictorian was caught with a manifesto. It was on his person. It was on his person. I see. It was on. Why would he have that? Why would he have that? Yes. Yes, the former prep school valedictorian was caught with a manifesto that appeared to list grievances with the healthcare industry, including taking on their enormous profits and alleged shady motives. We got it right. We were right. We got it right. That's what the manifesto was talking about. We nailed it. Ladies and gentlemen, W's in the chat. This valedictorian was caught with the manifesto as well that was on his person. You know what? This could have been on purpose. You know what? Wait a minute. Time out. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Chat. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. I want W's in the chat right now. We got it right. We got the motive correct. Hold on. Wait a minute. This sounds ridiculous. Wait a minute. Two things could have happened here. Either he was still traveling with all the items, or he intentionally wanted to get caught, because why would you travel with the weapon and the manifesto on your person? Why would you do that? Wait a minute. Why would you do that? That's weird, right? That's not strange. Now, listen, I am not a conspiracy theorist. I am not. But I know shady, weird shit when I see it. He either was still traveling, but why would you still travel from New York if you left New York that day? What took you so long to get back home? Born in Honolulu, raised in Maryland, stayed in Maryland, from Atlanta, went to New York, went to PA, caught with every single thing? That's weird. Okay, that's weird. That is weird. Let's finish watching this video.
Excellent reporting.
Sorry, guys, can't hear? Sorry about that. Can you hear now? Sorry about that.
Their person who was responsible for this killing used a fake ID to check into a hostel in the Upper West Side of Manhattan. So it's possible that is one of those fake IDs. We've also learned from sources that there were some sort of documents that were with this person that is, again, brought in for questioning at this moment. And they're still going through all of those paperwork to figure out exactly what is said in those documents. But again, these are significant developments in this case, in this manhunt that has stretched far past New York City limits, and now we know that someone is in custody. Someone is being questioned with authorities right now in Altoona, Pennsylvania.
That's true. They're questioning with authorities. Ladies and gentlemen, I do have a small update. Do not go anywhere. I have a small update. I'm constantly getting updates, guys, at the studio here. Constantly. As it's playing, I got my mods are doing a great job. I'm giving you guys live updates right now. Later, we will be talking about what's going to happen tonight. So get ready for that. Okay, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, I don't know why you haven't. Trust me. Hit the subscribe button. We got a lot to cover. True crime, more here at Novacity.
John, let's go to you. You have so much of this excellent reporting. Add to the color and the context and the information that Bryn just started to give us.
So, Dana, this starts as a very routine day in a McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania, which has like 3 McDonald's. But an employee there looks at this person and has been seeing on CNN and everywhere else these photos from the NYPD of this masked person with the hood, where they're saying, look beyond New York, because we think the person has left the city. And she believes that this person resembles the photos that have been put out. She calls 911, gets the Altoona PD. They respond to the McDonald's. They engage this individual. And as they get him to identify himself and look through things, they find a gun, they find a silencer, they find multiple false IDs. And when they begin to compare those notes with the police in New York, they find out that one of those IDs matches the name, perhaps even the one we're looking at, that he used a fake New Jersey driver's license to check into that hostel in Upper Manhattan. So along with all of that, there are some documents that the police said seem to be relevant to this case. I think we would stop short right now because we don't have enough information of calling that a manifesto, but we are told by investigators they believe he's carrying documents that may relate to motive.
I don't understand that, chat. Please, let me ask you this question. Why would he carry documents? Chat, I don't understand that. Can somebody please tell me? Why would he carry that? Why would he now show his face? I done seen some stupid shit, but that is ridiculous. He is detained, not charged. That is correct. But man, he fits the description. I'm fine. They got the guy. They got the guy. I believe so. Why would he be carrying this stuff? You know, and the what? Nah. I don't get this. Nicole with the one gifted membership sent it to Sly Shy. Sly Shy, thank you so much. I mean, Nicole, thank you so much. Sly Shy, thank you. Thanks, Nicole, for that. Can somebody please tell me that in the chat? That makes no sense.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. Stop short now.
Exactly, cash flow. Why would he be carrying the murder weapon and the manifesto and still the IDs? Let me tell you something. I would have literally took it, burned it, melted it, dumped it in the river. More things you could have done with that. Literally tied a weight on top of it. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. He left clues. Why would you do that? Left messages, subliminal messages. But what? You're either really, really stupid or you did this on purpose.
Now, with regard to those documents, because obviously this is an ongoing investigation, as your former ilk used to say, John Miller. But talk about this with regard to the decision that police made. It was on Friday that we were talking shortly after the police decided to, in your words, crowdsource and put the picture of this individual out publicly. We don't know yet if this is the guy, but if it is, that tactic was the game changer.
Well, it was. And I mean, it hangs on a couple of things. One, finally being able, after this massive video canvas, using so many detectives, to find that single moment, and you're looking at it right now, that single moment where he dropped the mask, he still had the hood on, and you could see that face and $1 million smile as he was talking to that hotel clerk at the hostel and asking people, if you know this person, if you see this face, no matter where you are in the country, we're looking for that call. So that worked today.
And John, with regard to the documents and the motive, is there anything else that your sources are leaning into? We know that, first of all, the bullet casing, which you talked about again last week, with some etchings on them suggesting the idea that this could be related to the United CEO's job and the idea that it is health insurance, which is not exactly a popular industry right now. And then, of course, what happened over the weekend with the backpack that was found in Central Park and Monopoly money inside.
So the bullets had the writing on them: deny, delay, depose. Theoretically, these are the 3 Ds that critics use against the insurance industry when they say They're trying to slow down payments on claims and fight those with members of their.
Now, yesterday we were right here, right by the lake by 74th Street. This is exactly where we was at. We were trying to find more items just in case if he threw them away or he left some more intentionally. We didn't find anything, and now we know why. If he would have left that manifesto at Central Park, why would you? Wait a minute. Why would you leave Monopoly money but not the manifesto? That manifesto was on his person, expecting to be caught. Why would you expect to be caught? Why would you have that? That's ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous. Guys, there is a document that was found. I do have something. Breezy, good job. I do have something he left. This could be him. It's not confirmed. He left a review, a book review. And this could be, yes. Okay, I'm going to read it to you guys in just a second. There has been a small little update right here at CBS. I'm going to show that right now. Guys, hit that like and share button for me. If you're brand new to the stream, we're talking about Luigi Mangione. He is the suspect who was detained as of today in the McDonald's because a McDonald's worker recognized him, and investigators believe that he is a suspect who potentially murdered Brian Thompson cold-blooded in front of the Hilton Hotel at 53rd Street in Manhattan, New York City. Now, new video by CBS. Let's have a listen.
This is a CBS News special report. I'm Lindsay Reiser. We're coming on the air because New York City officials are giving an update on the investigation into the shooting death of UnitedHealthCare CEO Brian Thompson. Let's listen.
Was the victim of a senseless act of violence. Our officers have been working around the clock. Many of them did not go home.
Obviously, that will come out during our ballistics testing.
Oliver?
Yeah, Oliver Barnes from the Financial Times. Do you have any indication like how long this handwritten, is it a handwritten manifesto that you found on the suspect? And then also whether or not he put it online at all?
Don't know if it's online. As of right now, it's a handwritten 3-page document.
Chief, does he have ties to that area, and was he someone who you knew by name before his arrest?
We believe he may have attended college in Pennsylvania, but like I said earlier, he has ties to Maryland and California and Hawaii.
And you knew him by name before today? Was his name on your radar?
Excuse me?
Was his name on your radar? Was he someone who you had been looking into before his arrest?
No, we did not have his name prior to today.
Lynn? Brent? It's okay. Does he have any prior arrests? I know there were none for New York City, but is there any prior arrests anywhere else in the country?
We have not come across any arrests in the country.
Chief, hi, how are you? On two things. On the ghost gun, is it something you're going to be looking into to see if he made it himself? Can he make that himself? Or would he have to buy the gun the way it was?
No, once again, that'll be part of our investigation as we follow up.
I mean, obviously he's going to face murder charges, but is there any chance that he could face any other charges because he was targeting the CEO and because of his writings and other things that we're now finding on him? Federal charges or
that determination will be made by Alvin Bragg.
Yes, what connections does he have in Pennsylvania that you know of? And are they in Altoona specifically?
We believe he attended college in Pennsylvania.
Does he know anybody in Pennsylvania?
Wouldn't be able to tell you that.
All right, we're going to take one more question from Shooting Marla, and then we're going to go.
You talk about the manifesto having said things against corporations, but specifically UnitedHealthCare, and do you believe that Mangione acted alone?
We believe at this point, our investigation is leaning toward he was acting alone. So, like I stated earlier, we're still working through the investigation. We're not stopping today.
So they believe that they're not gonna leave any stone unturned. He still potentially could have been working with someone, or he could have acted alone. I want you guys in the comments to comment for me real quick, and I want you to tell me. I'm gonna read the comments right now while this is playing, and while I do more research on the side. Do you think he acted alone or with someone? Actually, I'm gonna do a poll right now. In 1 minute, I want you guys to answer it. Facebook, I cannot do polls at the moment over there. You can head to YouTube. We're there. Breezy, post a link, please, to YouTube so Facebook can come head to YouTube. I'm going to write the poll right now. Let's keep listening.
And as far as the manifesto, like I said, I don't have the complete details of that. It's in the possession of the Altoona Police Department.
We're going to shift to opt-out.
Yep. Good job, Chief. Commissioner, Chief Mangione.
Welcome back, everybody. This is a CBS News special report, and we have been listening to a law enforcement update on a person of interest being questioned in the case of the death of the United CEO in the middle of Midtown Manhattan last week. I want to bring in Anna Schechter. She leads the CBS News crime beat, covering crime and public safety for CBS News and stations. Anna, thank you so much for being here. I want to go through some of what police say he had on him, this person of interest. Luigi Mangione, 26-year-old male, a firearm and a suppressor on his person consistent with the weapon used in the murder, fraudulent New Jersey ID matching the ID that the suspect used to check into that New York City hostel, a handwritten document that speaks to a motive and mindset, and he was sitting there in the McDonald's eating. How do you square that behavior with someone who was on the run in such a high-profile case?
Well, I mean, he had to eat, and he was able to maintain his composure right after firing those shots off in cold blood. So it indicates that this is a person who was devoted to his cause. He wrote the words deny, depose, and delay on the bullet casings that were found at the scene of the crime. There was monopoly.
It wasn't delay. It wasn't. It was deny, defend, depose.
Money in the backpack that was recovered from Central Park that he dropped, and now this 3-page manifesto. All of this kind of speaks to a person who is motivated by an extreme ideology, and it all puts together a clearer picture of this person of interest and why he would do what he would do. That was the big question, why he would do it. The fact is that he actually did a lot right to cover his tracks, but not enough. Pulling that face mask down was his first mistake when he checked into that hostel.
A flirtatious moment with the clerk.
Exactly. That was a mistake. And then staying close by. I mean, Altoona, Pennsylvania is not that far away from New York City, but he was able to cover his tracks that it took 5 days for the NYPD to figure out which bus he might have taken to depart New York City. So that was a big question, and it was really a citizen tip that was called in that is why we're sitting here right now.
Somebody who was working at that McDonald's. Anna Schechter, thank you so much. I want to bring in CBS News law enforcement contributor Richard Esposito. He's a former NYPD deputy commissioner. Thank you so much for being here. What does it take to comb through the massive network of surveillance videos and photos, not only in New York City, but potentially bus stops along the route to trace his movements?
It takes hundreds of people and thousands of hours. That's why people are looking tired. You could see the chief of detectives. He's been working day and night, and as has everyone in his command and in the intelligence command and in federal agencies. It's been a massive effort to comb through all of that video, all of those images.
And that said, are you surprised that it took police 5 days to find this person of interest?
I'm not. This person made a concerted effort to escape and did his best to move away from cameras when he could. He made mistakes, as Anna Schechter pointed out, but he also did a lot of things right, moving through Central Park, taking buses where you don't need ID, you don't go through security. You can, in fact, put a handgun in a knapsack and get on a bus.
Time out. I did hear about that, Bree. I did hear about that. I forgot to bring that up. I heard about this yesterday. Let's pause that real quick. You mean to tell me right now, chat, and I need you guys to answer this question right now. You mean to tell me that there is a GoFundMe page dedicated to helping this guy out? Is that what you're telling me? There's a GoFundMe page right now to help Luigi? Is that what I just heard? Is that true? Is that true? I just need to know if that's true, chat. There was a GoFundMe page. Post the page. I'm not posting that. No. Now that's going a little too, to me, that's a bit much. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. Wow. That is something else. Wow. That's wild. That's wild. Guys, that's a stretch. That's a stretch now. That's a stretch. That's one thing I would not. Nah. Bree, send that over to me, please.
So he did a lot of things to keep his movements secure.
What happens next in this case?
I think Chief Kenny said that really well. He said there's a lot more to be done. You can hear all the excitement and the euphoria of thinking they have the person, but now they have to button that all down. Is the gun that he had on him now the gun that was used in the shooting? If not, where's that gun? Do the fingerprints match to any evidence forensic at the scene? Is the manifesto something that goes beyond motive and says he's going to do?
Oh my God. Oh my God. It is true. It is true. It is true. They did have a GoFundMe page. Get the hell out of here. No shots. What? No shots. Yes, it is true. Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Okay. Wait, it has. I'm looking at Reddit and it's saying that it's been taken down. Oh, wow. People on the internet are praising this guy. Damn, it sounds like they got him. I will be very interested whether he'll be able to have a jury convicted this man. I heard he tried escaping by jumping into a big green pipe. This guy likes Uncle. He's an anti-capitalist. Okay, so I have parts of the of his. Oh shit, I do. Okay, wow, I found something. Hold on.
Something it doesn't sound like it does off the top. So that's what goes on now.
Richard Esposito, thank you so much for being with us. Once again,
Pete,
we've been
welcome,
following
Pete.
great.
By the way, Pete, welcome to the family, man. I see you joined the Novicity Nation. Welcome. Kelso says, how can I send you a message with info? On Discord or Facebook? Mods, can you please post the Facebook Novicity page real quick so they can DM me anything?
Breaking news after a multi-state manhunt, 26-year-old Luigi Mangione is in custody in Pennsylvania as a person of interest in the deadly shooting of the UnitedHealthCare CEO. Our coverage will continue on CBS News 24/7, your local news, and tonight on the CBS Evening News. This has been a CBS News special report. I'm Lindsay Reiser.
Okay. You know what? I really want to ask this question with you guys, and I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to ask you this question. I'm going to do a poll. I want everyone to stay put. Kelso, thank you for the $1.99, by the way. I appreciate you. I'm looking at the chat right now about this case. I want to ask this question, but I don't know if this violates anything. I know what I'm going to say. Because I'm going to give a third option on YouTube. I'm going to ask it in this way so it doesn't seem wrong or any way I don't violate anything. Because I'm looking at everybody's opinions. They're split in between. Brown Sugar with the $1.99 says, hard choice with him or against him. I'm going to write it right now. Justified or not. That's the name of the poll. Now, it doesn't tell me, it's not going to show anyone's name or not. I want to see where everyone's mind is at. So I'm going to look right now in the comments. I'm going to go to the YouTube channel. I'm going to start the poll right now. And I want to see where the majority's head is going towards. All right? I want to ask you this question because it looks like the chat is divided. People saying, yay. People saying, no, he shouldn't have done this. Yeah, he should have done this. The YouTube chat. I'm going to look right now in the chat, in the comments. So I'm going to pop it out. Brown Sugar, thank you for the $1.99. Whoever sends super chats, you're awesome. Thank you so much. The poll is starting right now. All right. Before you guys go, hit the like button, hit the share button. I would appreciate that. And hit subscribe. I still, okay, let's have a look. 50% of y'all said no. 117 people voted. We have 1,200 people in this chat right now. Yeah, it was taken down. It was, Diana. The GoFundMe page is taken down. The GoFundMe page is taken down of Luigi Mangione. It's taken down. It's taken down. Did he confess it? No. No. Need context with the question. Evidence, I cannot give you context. I can't. And if you know why, you know why. It's not me that's giving my opinion. I'm just asking you this question. I want to see where the majority of the percentage goes to. I want to see where people's mind is heading at. I don't want to simplify this question. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. Tovaha said, I had a feeding tube because insurance company denied life-saving surgery multiple times. I struggled and am terminal. Still, I wouldn't want the CEO of the insurance company to be unalived. I understand that. I understand that. I understand that. I understand that. Absolutely. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, YouTube, we are almost at 1,000 likes, YouTube. Was he a U.S. citizen? Yes. Yes. Shout out to all my members in green. If you're a member, I appreciate you. Look at all my green members. Misunderstood right here. We got Breezy, Brown Sugar, CC, Nicole in the row. We got Cole. Shout out to you guys very much, man. I appreciate you guys. Majority of you guys said no. No.
Welcome back to Court TV Live. Breaking news out of New York City as the mayor, Eric Adams, holding that press conference with police officials. We also expect to hear a named suspect in this press conference. Let's go in.
Do something. And they did. And because of that, we believe we have a strong person of interest to deal with this case. I want to now turn it over to the Police Commissioner of the City of New York, Commissioner Tisch.
I don't want to repeat this. I want to get into the more information here. Sorry, guys. I don't like repeating stuff.
Is leaning to the outside.
Now named in the case of the CEO of UnitedHealthCare, Brian Thompson, who was gunned down last year. We've got a panel of people to weigh in on this breaking news as the story continues to develop. Let's bring in Court TV legal correspondent Kelly Craft, who is with us. We also have trial attorney Marjorie Mesidor, who's an attorney there in New York. Kelly, let me start with you. We're hearing things like this person had ties to Hawaii, California, Maryland in terms of where he lived, and he went to school in Pennsylvania. tips led to the recovery is what was emphasized by the police commissioner. What stood out to you about this press conference?
Julia, the public's help, the media.
Oh, guys. I have his ID. Ladies and gentlemen, I have his ID. Hold on. I have his weapon and ID. I have the weapon and ID. Ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. Chat. Rachel. Oh, became an executive. Rachel Inez became an executive member. Guys, hit that like button for me. Hold on. I got the weapon and his ID he used with the fake name.
Putting up the picture. Once we saw that picture, everyone was talking about it. This was last week, and people were saying, if you know this person, if you had any familiarity with this person, you would be able to tell who that person was.
If you're a member on YouTube, you can go to Discord to look at the weapon and the ID immediately. They get priority. Members become a member now. You get that exclusive content to deliver to you right now. Members, you can go to Discord and go to members chat. It's there already. I posted it. Also, I'm going to show it right now in just 1 minute.
One of the other things that stood out from that conference that they just had in New York City was that they said he was acting alone, which we were out there last week retracing the suspect's footsteps. And one of the things that was really noticeable is that when you take a look at the Hilton, we stayed at the Hilton Hotel, this hotel that Brian Thompson was walking into for the investor conference in which he was shot right outside. So you're on 6th Avenue, which is the main entrance, and then he was shot on a side entrance. So this was between 53rd and 54th Street in New York City. It's still remarkable to me, and I didn't hear anyone ask the commissioner there in that news conference if they have any information as to how he knew where the CEO's whereabouts were, how he knew he was going to be walking along trying to get into that side entrance, because there are other entrances there to that Hilton. It's huge. It's a huge hotel. There were thousands and thousands of people. So I'd like to hear more as to how they think he was able to, if he was acting alone like they believe, how he was able to know that Brian Thompson was going to go into that side entrance.
Yeah, acting alone, that's another big point that we just learned in that press conference. Marjorie Mesidor, tell me what is happening behind the scenes in that prosecutor's office. When you have news like this that comes down, you now have a person that you can attach charges to. What's going on?
Well, the very first thing is going to be making sure that every single piece of information and every single piece of evidence was gotten through proper and appropriate
means. Guys, I have his ID. I have his ID and weapon. Hold on.
You want to make sure that this is compartmentalized, that the person is contained. You want to see who's involved in the interrogation, who's in the room, what questions are being asked, what evidence are being presented. Because if you do not have a dog in that fight, if you do not have someone in that room, someone on your team who knows how you do things, then you run the risk sometimes of being stuck with statements, questions, and tactics that really you had no involvement with. So the interdepartmental and intra-departmental cooperation is going to be key here to make sure that everybody gets what they need so we can get convictions across the board.
Absolutely. Kelly Craft, we're hearing that he had ill will towards corporate America or the healthcare system. I think people really wanted to know in this case whether or not he had some kind of personal connection in terms of maybe denied healthcare, if there's a reason that he was so adamant about his ill will, just to quote the police commissioner, towards corporate America and the healthcare industry. Is there anything in your mind as far as lingering questions about a motive in this case?
They're going to reveal that, and we, in due time, are going to hear more about what was written in that 3-page document. It is very clear when you take a look.
Guys, I'm working on that document right now, but I already have some of his information already. I'm going to show you guys that in like 30 seconds, just real quick. Hold on real quick.
at the trail of the suspect here. He wanted to send a message. We had the bullets that were outside that Hilton that the investigators recovered that had etched on them depose, defend, deny. Those are lawyer terms. That's what you hear in litigation when you're talking about fighting the health insurance industry. And what you are saying, they denied this coverage. So he had those written on or etched on those bullets. Also the monopoly money that was found inside that backpack that they located in Central Park. In a way, sending a message there as well that it's just like play money to the health insurance industry. These giants in corporate America that are just making billions of dollars. That conference, the investor conference they were going to have that day, they were going to announce revenues.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have his stuff right here. Hold on. There he goes. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Mark Rosario from New Jersey. Look at that. You know what? I'm going to tell you guys right now. That is impressive. That is impressive. Hold on real quick. Let me actually blow this up so you guys can see it better. I'm going to blow this up. That New Jersey ID is very impressive. That's a license. He had a license. That looks impressive. Hold on, let me see. We're going to blow this up right. Let's stay focused.
Was taken into custody. But Caitlin, walk us through some of the evidence that investigators had already gathered up until, of course, the major update and news that we got today.
It really does seem like the most crucial pieces of evidence were those photos and the surveillance footage, because that is what we here at News Nation were able to put out into the public so that people could get a look at this guy. So someone all the way out in Altoona, Pennsylvania, got a look at someone at McDonald's and said, I think that's the guy. They made the call. That is critical right there. There are eyewitnesses that police have interviewed who were his alleged roommates at the hostel that he stayed at here in New York City. Now, police knew that when he checked into this hostel in New York, he used a fake New Jersey ID. Now, the suspect in Altoona was found with a fake New Jersey ID on him. So that connection there is critical. Of course, there are bullet casings and bullets that were found at the scene of the crime. There was a burner phone that police picked up in the breezeway area between the buildings where the suspect...
Hold on, chat. Give me 1 second. I did get some info just now from someone. Okay.
Ran when he was fleeing from the scene. Police also picked up a partial print on a water bottle. There's potential DNA evidence that they could have found on the wrapper of a protein bar. The backpack that the suspect was wearing was tossed in a pretty conspicuous location in the park. It wasn't hidden very well. Police picked that up on Friday. Inside was a Tommy Hilfiger jacket and a bunch of Monopoly money. All of that is going to be forensically tested. And now that they have a suspect in custody, they can get his DNA and his fingerprints and match them against all of the other information and all of the other forensic evidence they've already found, Nicole. NYPD has said that the scene was very rich in forensic evidence. So it just seems like there is a ton of that really hard evidence that that's what you need to secure a conviction, that it does seem that investigators have quite a bit of that.
Thanks for watching. Go to join.nn.
While this continues to go crazy all over the internet because they identified him, I'm going to be working on a video. Like, I'm getting you guys massive amount of information. Again, if you're new here, I would implore you to hit the like button and hit subscribe. You're going to get new information here from Novacity. Pete with the 10 says, stay with us, Novacity, support chat, help. Let me get some W's for Pete. He joined, he supported like throughout the whole time. Pete, you're incredible. And he just joined the Novacity Nation. You can join too with these amazing perks. Join and get yourself a badge on YouTube or Facebook. You get priority to chat, members live, members priority in the chat. Join, become a member, just like what? Wow. Melissa says, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, for keeping us up to date. Melissa, Kim, member for more than a few months. Thank you. I appreciate that. I definitely work hard to get you as much information as I can. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yes, I'm working on getting the video for you guys of Luigi. I'm trying my best. But he did appears to be a tech kind of guy. But also, not only that, we don't know when exactly he got that fake ID, whether it was while he was in school or after. This seems to be very, very lengthy. It was planned very well. I still can't tell you if he worked with somebody or by himself. Many people believe that he worked with somebody. I believe that he could have. Why would you be on the phone? What is the point of the phone? Yes, it is true. He was identified in McDonald's. Correct. He was identified by a McDonald's worker. Correct. What is happening tonight? Oh, so what's happening tonight is, if you don't know what happened in New York City, Danielle Penny, he put a person in a chokehold in New York City a couple years ago, and he was arrested, detained, and he went to trial, and he was pled not guilty. So there have been a couple of activists that have been making some speeches on public protests, and that might happen today or on Friday or Thursday. That's Danielle Penny right there. He was found not guilty for the chokehold of the performer who performs Michael Jackson. He killed him in a chokehold. So that's another podcast we're gonna have. That's gonna happen. That's why I tell people, subscribe and like. Don't miss out. I got a lot of guys. I got a lot to show you. I know a lot is going on today with between that and what's happening with Luigi, and something else is happening. Is it Suzanne? I'm not too sure. I'll keep you guys up to date on that too. And Juan Soto, if you're a baseball fan, breaking news: Juan Soto signed with the Mets. People were upset by that. Oh, here we go. We got it. I got a little bit of footage. I got it. A little bit. Not his voice. I'm not too sure. We'll find out. Here. That is Luigi right there. Oh, he might speak. Guys. Everybody. He's going to speak. Luigi. Yeah, of course. Yeah, this is live. Yes, this is live. Luigi Nicholas Mangione right here. Guys, hit that like button for me. Please hit subscribe right here. I got to hear his voice.
Headmaster Smythe, Mr. Hubeck, members of the Board of Trustees, family, friends, faculty, and fellow students. Good afternoon. Thank you all for being here to celebrate Gilman's 116th Founders Day. I'm honored to be speaking to you all today on behalf of the Gilman class of 2016. When I started writing the speech, I talked with several students and teachers and asked how they would describe the class of 2016. Many of the students characterized our class as inventive, in both imagination and initiative. At the same time, several teachers reminded me of our class's commitment to Gilman and its traditions.
This is Luigi, guys. This is him right here.
I came to realize that both views are correct. The class of 2016 is truly defined by its inventive, pioneering mentality that accompanies a strong commitment to Gilman tradition. Throughout its time here at Gilman, the class of 2016 has been coming up with new ideas and challenging the world around it. Our selling of Chick-fil-A during lunch, arguably the staple of our class, provides a great example. In our sophomore year, when brainstorming ways to fundraise, we didn't just settle for the usual methods of selling spirit shirts and Christmas trees. In addition to this, we did what seemed impossible given the tight schedule of the school day and began shuttling dozens of Chick-fil-A sandwiches to Gilman between assembly and lunch. Soon, we were selling over 100 Chick-fil-A sandwiches each day, and it became likely one of the most successful class fundraisers in Gilman's history. But our ability to come up with new ideas didn't start then. I've noticed it as long as I've been here, even in my very first year as a sixth grader. If If any of you have ever been on Gilman's campus before school starts, you would have noticed that every morning, rain or shine, the turf is filled with middle school students playing soccer, football, and frisbee. That tradition was actually started by the class of 2016. As many of you know, Gilman Middle School offers not one, but 2 recesses per day. But for the class of 2016, that wasn't enough. So, as 6th graders, rather than sitting in the hallways waiting for school to begin, we decided we'd give ourselves an extra morning recess before the morning even started. And now, 7 years later, that morning recess remains as a regular part of every school day. Of course, this isn't anything revolutionary, but
Whoa. Who is... Ladies and gentlemen, where is Kelsey DeMott right now in the chat? Hold on. Remember when I told you that there could be clues on his Twitter? And there is. Where is Kelsey DeMott right now? And I want my mod to point her out right now. Right now. This is a clue. Ladies and gentlemen, there goes your clue right here. There goes your clue right here. Where is Kelsey DeMott in the chat right now? Good job. Good job. I might have to make a YouTube video that's going to be uploaded on Facebook. Good job. Do you guys remember what I told you that he has a motive? Why is he doing this, right? Good job. I'm not sure if she did this research, but good job. Take a look at this. Now, remember what I told you about Luigi Mangione? Why would Luigi want to go after Brian? Why Brian Thompson, CEO of UnitedHealthCare? Could this be possibly the link right here? You're seeing it first time before you? Cancer journey? Bob's Magnone's cancer journey. Look at that last name. Look at that last name. An update of Bob's condition in his own words. Many know cancer has shown its ugly head again, and this time in 3 locations in my body, with the most critical attached to the L1 vertebrae. Apparently the tumor, which is 3 centimeters by 3 centimeters, has eaten enough of the bone that has rendered that vertebrae useless. More importantly, I've been given strict orders not to lift anything or do any work for 90 days after they eradicate the cancer in that region, for fear the entire L1 vertebrae will collapse, which could be a very critical concern. To further complicate matters, not only am I not able to work for that period of time, our one and only employee, an awesome individual named Steven, re-aggravated an old injury in 7/18/24 and is currently unable to work. Even lifting his left arm to his face is very painful. We are at this time in a tough spot. Thank you so much for your consideration and sacrificial giving to help us back up on high ground. And a GoFundMe. And have a look. This is getting hot. This is getting hot. This is getting hot. Type in L1 vertebrae. Have a look for yourself. Images. The back of the lower spine. And look at Luigi. Look at Luigi's Twitter. The back of the lower spine. His Twitter image. The right side is him. The middle is congruent to Brian's GoFundMe page. Who is Brian? I mean, not Brian, Bob. My apologies. Bob. Bob is his name. Brian Magnione's cancer. Have a look. Boom. Damn it. This is making perfect sense. Kelso with the 199. Kelso, very good job, Kelso. Very good job. I want Debbie's in the chat for Kelso right now. Very good job. That makes perfect sense. Perfect sense. This guy has been intentionally giving us the story right in front of our face. Right in front of our face. And yet look at that. Hold on real quick. There's something else. Have a look for yourself. That's him. The middle is a lower back injury that correlates to that GoFundMe page. But on the left, I am not too sure. On the left, there's a Pokemon. That's Breloom from Pokemon. Now, I am not too sure if that has anything to do with this. But that is a Generation 3 Pokemon. It evolves from Shroomish starting at 23. It's a Breloom type Pokemon. Grass fighting Pokemon. Now, please don't think that I'm thinking too much, but everything is making perfect sense. It's a mushroom Pokemon. One of its abilities is it affects Spore. Second is Poison Heal. Yeah, Poison Heal Technician. Wow. And the lore just got deep. Wow. Very, very good. Now that's investigation work. Who are you, Bob? Bob, who are you exactly? Who is Bob? I'm going to find out as soon as I can. Could this be his father? Could this be his brother? Who is this? Could Bob be his uncle, father, anything? What do you guys think in the chat? Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on, chat. If I type in Bob on Facebook, everyone get involved, stay in the chat. Give me 1 second. Hold on. What if I do a reverse? Hold on, actually. Peter. Who's Peter? Joe. David, Joe. Now this is speculation, guys. This is just a theory. That was a very good scent, Kelso. Very good. Now this is just speculation, guys. This is not a for sure thing. Peter Mangione. So Bob doesn't pop up here. Doesn't necessarily means that. Would you have a picture of your father? Where's your parents, man? Where's your parents? He don't have no images. Someone older, because Bob, look at Bob. Could this have a correlation? Okay, hold on real quick. I'm going to type in different names. I don't see anyone who looks like him. Let's go back and let's type in Bob one more time. I do see Bob. I do see some Bobs. Let's type Roberto, Bob. Marilyn Costello. Bob Costello. No. I do apologize. No, yeah, I did that already. Yeah, I typed in Robert already. Yeah, I saw that, Bria. I can't, there's nothing I can do about any of that stuff right now. Nicole, again, thank you for the one gifted. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Did Bob recently pass away? You know what? Kelso, can you give me that link to that GoFundMe? Now, typically, guys, I don't do this live. I do this type of investigation off live to bring it to you, but you're witnessing the investigation like right now. Okay, so I got his GoFundMe. Here it is. Now, I don't ever recommend or condone giving anybody any GoFundMe anything. I don't approve of anyone anything at all. Nothing. I don't do that here in Nova City. We don't do that. But let's see if we can find something. Let me know if you find anything. Bob has had some setbacks in his recovery. This was posted on September 23rd, 2023. including his visits to the ER. But with only one kidney, he has to be careful with what he eats and drinks. Now, guys, this is speculation. This is not a fact. This is not a fact. Organizer. Oh, wait. Bob, organizer in WA. Contact. Organizer, Bob Magnoni. Magnion is not Magnion. Let me look at his supporters. Now, guys, this is not a fact. I want to be very clear here. This is not a fact. Praying from your family. I know personally how cancer affects families. Amy, Catherine, Eduardo, Belinda, DJ, Sally, Janet, and David. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to type in this name, take that and put it on Facebook and see what we can find. Casal, David Casal. Casamigo, no. Janet, nothing. Sally Roberts, no results. DJ, no connection at all. I hope I'm not looking at a dead end. This was good though. This is good. Yeah, it says it's WA, which is I think it's Washington. WA, Washington. No results. Nothing. Nothing on that end. That makes so much sense though. Does he have an account under a fake name? Can someone drop a link to become a member? I'm sorry about that. I'll do that. If you want to become a member, you can do that right there, or the link is in. You can become a member both ways. You see that little cash symbol? You press that, and that's how you become a link. That's how you become a member. Or you can look at the description. Yeah, Nicole. Thank you, Nicole. If you could just guide her, that'd be great, Nicole. This is very interesting. Let me check his Facebook. Then why doesn't if Bob has a Facebook, he's not added to Bob Magnoni. Oh, I found him. We have good news regarding the fight for cancer. Guys, I don't think this may be a correlation. I don't think there's a correlation to this person. This could be just a false flag. This could be a false flag. This could be a false flag. I don't think there's a correlation. We're still looking for a motive. We're still looking for a motive, and potentially there could be no correlation here. There's no reason to contact anyone. This is just a theory. Okay, I found his Facebook. I'm not going to show it because I don't think there's a correlation. That's a huge coincidence. Man, that's a coincidence. That is a huge coincidence, man. Lives in Washington. I don't see no correlation. As of now, guys, there's no reason to contact anyone named Bob or anything like that. Just not even to GoFundMe, nothing like that. I'm still gonna. No, he's still alive. Prayers for Bob. He's still alive. He's fine. That GoFundMe page that I showed you, he's still alive. That's such a huge coincidence, though. Wow. That is huge. That's a huge coincidence. I think Luigi's middle name is Nicholas. Nicholas. Something like that. Let me see. Yes, Luigi Nicholas. Yep. Kathy, thank you for becoming a member. Kathy, shout out to Kathy. She just she joined Novacity class. Welcome to the family. Oh my God, YouTube, we just need literally 60 more likes. Oh my God. Chat, I think we're gonna have to abandon that theory. I cannot find anything. I would have found something. But Kelso, thank you for that. That was really good. That was really good. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, chat. Give me 1 second. Hold on. We're not done just yet, actually. Hold up. Wait a minute. Imagine. We have a connection. Hold on. Hold on. We Marcus, Mike, Marcus, Nick, David, John, Marcus, Judy, John, Marcus. There is a connection between one name, Mike. Wait a minute. Hold on. I want to be sure here. I don't want to get any false information. Mods, please let them know that this is a theory, speculation. This is not a fact. I must reiterate. I want to get the facts correct before I say this is a fact. I want to be correct here. I want people to know that. Shit! Okay. You see this right here? If we look at the donos, Mike is right there. Mike Mangione. Mike Mangione matches with Mike Mangione here. But he's in Maryland. I see nobody in Washington. Is Maryland. Julia. About, are you aware? Maryland. About. Wait, where are you at? No, there's no destination for this person. Maryland. University of Maryland. Only one person connects here. And that's Mike. Mike, who are you, brother? Who are you? Huh. Oh, shit. His shit is gone. Oh, shit. His Facebook is gone. I can't. All right, chat, I'm going to have to do this on my own time. I feel like I'm onto something here. I can't grab it just yet. I can't grab it just yet, ladies and gentlemen. I'm onto something.
News in the manhunt for the gunman that killed the UnitedHealthCare CEO, also in New York. Want to go to Caitlin Becker. She is live with the latest on this investigation. And now we're hearing they're questioning someone in Pennsylvania. What more can you share?
Yeah, Marnie, there is a person connected to this case being questioned out of a police department in Altoona, Pennsylvania. Now, Altoona PD was very careful to avoid saying whether or not this was the suspect, whether or not it was a person of interest, whether or not they believe it's the person in all of these photos that we have been seeing. But it is someone that is currently being questioned. To our knowledge, this is the first time anyone in this capacity has been questioned since the shooting happened, and that's out of Altoona. Now, for people who don't know where Altoona is, Marnie.
Breezy, please. I got you, Breezy. I got you.
It's kind of in between Pittsburgh and Harrisburg, is smack dab in the middle of Pennsylvania. It's nearly 300 miles away from New York City. Now, again, to be specific, we do not know if they're questioning the suspect. However, what we do know is that the suspect is likely to have left the city the day of the murders out of the GW Bridge bus terminal. That's on 178th Street, all the way uptown in Manhattan. And there are buses that go out, Greyhound buses that go out of that terminal to Altoona. They went out on Wednesday of last week. So police have footage of him going into the bus terminal, but no footage of him going out. So the assumption there is that he boarded a bus at some point in that day and got out of the city. So there are Greyhounds that go there. We do know that Greyhound was the bus of choice to come into the city. The bus that he originated on came from Atlanta. It was a Greyhound. It came into Port Authority Station on November 24th. And then there was about a week there in between the time the suspect entered the city and the actual shooting, Marnie. Another update now, there are canine dogs and the scuba team back in Central Park behind me right here, searching for that murder weapon. All weekend, the scuba divers were in the lake by the Central Park Boathouse and Bethesda Fountain. That is right near where the backpack that was ditched by the killer was recovered on Friday. So police and scuba teams have been doing an underwater grid search in the hopes that they can uncover this very kind of rare manual gun. It has a long barrel, a suppressor on the end, and they believe it was possibly tossed in the water. Now, they haven't indicated whether or not they have good reason to believe that, or if it's just because it's near where the backpack was ditched. Because you have to remember, Marnie, there are no security cameras in Central Park.
What was in the backpack? I know they uncovered some more peculiar evidence, Caitlin.
Peculiar is absolutely the word for it. The narrative of this story is being shaped in large part by the killer himself. Inside of this gray backpack, which looked like it was filled to the brim, was a jacket. It was a Tommy Hilfiger jacket and a bunch of Monopoly money. So fake play money was stuffed into this backpack. This indicating maybe that this has a lot to do with the insurance industry as to why this man was originally targeted. The bullet casings, the shell casings that were found on the scene, on the ground when his body was recovered, they had words etched on them in permanent marker. Now, all of those bullet casings are being taken in for forensic evidence. The backpack is in for forensic evidence. That Monopoly money is being taken into forensic evidence. That's a lot of time and energy and resources to test each and every one of these things. So you have to wonder, is it sending a message? Is it a red herring? Is it trying to make sure that the police resources are tied up doing that and not perhaps searching for the guy? Is it maybe all three of those, Marnie?
Caitlin, the other thing is they've got images of his face. They've got video of him walking around. They have all of this other evidence, but they have not yet shared a name. Is that on purpose?
If, according to New York City Mayor Eric Adams, it is absolutely on purpose. The mayor told reporters yesterday, on Sunday, that they're aware of who this person is. They have a name. They know who their guy is. The net is tightening, but they didn't want to give him a heads up or a leg up that they were really onto him by releasing his name to the public. So it does seem that they have his name. And as you said, they have a lot of images of this person, even though most of them are in a mask. The two most recent images were taken from the back seat of a taxi cab, but you can see his very distinct, very kind of groomed eyebrows. Those are something that stands out in all of these things, and I'm sure something that the facial recognition software has picked up. There are 15,000 police cameras here in the city, as well as individual security cameras.
Thank you for watching. Go to.
All right, chat. So there has been a little leak of the manifesto already. I'm going to read it to you right now. CNN on persons of interest in manifesto includes the quotes, "These parasites had it coming." This is coming from him. This is coming from Luigi. Now, I cannot say that this is a fact or this is for sure, but this is what was said in the manifesto so far. Quoted by Steve Luckner over at Twitter. You guys know how I feel about TikTok and Twitter. So take this with a grain of salt. Novacity cannot confirm what is about to be said. Includes the quotes, "These parasites had it coming," end quote. That's from Luigi. And quote, "I do apologize for any strife and trauma, but it had to be done," end quote. That is what Luigi said. Quoted by Steve Luckner over at Twitter. Said shooter acted alone, that he did this alone. The document railed against the healthcare industry and suggested violence is the answer. See, so Luigi thinks that violence is the answer. He has said this and left comments even on book reporting. And he believes that violence is the answer. Yeah. Quick. Thank you, Breezy, for the document. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. It is easy to quickly and let's write this off as a manifesto of a... Oh, wait a minute. No, this is not, no. This is just a book review. This is the book review. So I'm not going to... I probably should have read this before. I'm not going to read this to you guys. This is a book review. I have seen this, but I don't want to... the reason why at this moment I don't want to... Okay, this is fine. write this off as a manifesto of a lunatic in order to avoid facing some of the uncomfortable problems it identifies. I believe this is a book review by Luigi. But it is simply impossible to ignore how many of his predictions about modern society turned out. Mangione wrote in a book, in a review of the book in January, he was a violent individual, rightfully imprisoned, who maimed innocent people. Yeah, I didn't want to read this because I don't want this to get confused with his actual manifesto. His actual manifesto consists of him saying that this needs to be done. He needed to take Brian Thompson's life. That's what Luigi believes. He believes that he was doing the right thing and he apologizes if this impacts anyone else's life. When I get that manifesto, I am going to immediately give it to you guys as fast, as best as I can. I rest assured, I will. Reading the comments. Some of you guys are saying that he what?
The news.
I don't believe that was him. What makes you? Why you don't believe that this is Luigi? I don't. This is him. Excuse me. I'm getting sick. Oh boy, I think I'm getting sick, chat. Highly doubtable coming from CNN. You see what I'm saying? This is dangerous. See, Twitter is. Oh my gosh. Don't mix your political views with true crime. Don't always do that because just please don't. Jesus Christ. Don't. Please. Keep your head on your shoulders. Push forward and read what you can. And make sure you cross-reference from different outlets. Do not be biased and not go with the outlets because it goes against your political agenda. Please. Somebody said violence is never the answer. This should have never been done. Luigi had a spine injury. That's why. He had a spine injury? Where did you get that information from? Pure art. I'm calling you out. I kind of want to know. Where did you get that information from? Remy, thank you so much. I definitely gotta stay warm. All right, guys. I think I'm going to end it here. I got a lot of more digging to do. Okay? I feel like I'm going to get more information in the next hour, so I will probably come right back on. If not, I'll be boots on the ground for tonight. I don't know what the heck is going to happen tonight. Ever since Penny, he was found not guilty, and I don't know what's about to happen in New York City. Oh boy! But I got my bulletproof vests. I gotta go get some food. Whoever sent super chats, thank you so much for today. From Breezy to Kelso, Brown Sugar, Pete to whoever became members, this is the last and best time for you to become a member at Novacity, where you get live updates on Discord. Remember, if you're on Discord, if you're not, like if you merge the accounts, which is really easy, just download Discord and join the Discord, and it merges you in. You'll get live updates if you are a member of all that is true crime. Okay? Make sure you join and get your badges. I would appreciate that. My Facebook people, I said it before, join YouTube. Join YouTube. Debbie says, will you be on YouTube or Facebook? If I go live tonight, it'll be probably just YouTube. That's what I tell people on Facebook. Go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. I'm going to try to go live on Facebook. I doubt it, but I'm going to try, okay? All right. Yeah, I think I am getting sick. I think so. I am. Hit the like and subscribe button before we leave. I would appreciate that. And hit that share button for me, Facebook. I know you guys want me to cover Jay-Z. I did hear about Jay-Z. I didn't cover about Jay-Z because this has happened. Am I going to cover Jay-Z? Probably. Only because he did posted something and it kind of did make sense. I'm going to be honest with you. But I'm still going to report it regardless because that's insane. That's a wild accusation and somebody will go to jail if that's wild. Let's hope let's hope that's not true though. All right. If you want to get involved, right? If you want to get involved, I would highly suggest my YouTube people to hit the bell notification. That's going to let you know when I immediately go live. It is the bell on my YouTube channel. Trust me. Hit the bell notification. All right. Love you guys. I did great. You did great. My moms did great. Members, you are awesome and great. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to University True Crime Podcast. We both stream live on Facebook and YouTube. You guys are awesome. I will give you more information on the case of Brian Thompson, who lost his life by Luigi December 4th. I don't want to get my dates wrong. I think it was December 4th. More updates coming to you live here on University. Like always, do good and die great. And I'll see you on the next one.